Namaste students. दूसरा वीडियो आई JVN Dr. Naren Singh Shekhawat, Assistant Professor, Department of Talatantra, Faculty of Physics Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, and Jaipur. In previous class, we discussed about intersusception. Now in today's class, we will discuss about volvulus. What is the volvulus? Volvulus is the term applied to twisting of a loop of ball so that the mesenteric vessels and the lumen of the bowel become occurred. It therefore is an obstruction of the bowel. Obstruction caused by twisting of the intestine more than 180 degrees about the axis of the mesentery. 1 to 5% of large bowel obstruction. Sigmoid 65%, cecum 25, transverse colon 4%, splenic reflex. Definition: it is the twist in the axis of the loop of the bowel, either clockwise or anti-clockwise. 50% of large bowel obstruction is due to volvulus. Sigmoid colon is the common site, anti-clockwise 65%. Cecum is the second common site, 30%. It is common in female, present as intestinal obstruction. Resection and anastomosis is the treatment. Cecum volvulus is the commonest cause of large bowel obstruction in pregnancy. X-ray shows round gas shadow in the right iliac region. Volvulus of small intestine, volvulus of neonatal, gastric volvulus or other volvulus which can occur. Now, the turn about types of volvulus. Volvulus neonatum, volvulus of the small intestine, cecum volvulus, sigmoid volvulus, and gastric volvulus. Sigmoid volvulus is the most common and responsible for most intestinal obstruction. Volvulus of pelvic colon. It is common in Asia, common in India, and is very common cause of large bowel obstruction in Peru and Bolivia due to high altitude. More common in males and old age. Is common in patients with chronic constipation with laxative abuse. This is the sigmoid colon, not the dilated sigmoid colon. Dilated sigmoid in early volvulus. Gastric volvulus, organoaxial. Gastric volvulus. This is organoaxial. This is a mesenteric axial. As you can see, this is the organoaxial, and this one is the mesenteroaxial. This is a combined volvulus, mesento or axial, organoaxial and mesenteroaxial, both are combined. This differential diagnosis: Ogilvy syndrome, fecal infection, carcinoma rectosigmoid region, idiopathic megacolon. These are the differential diagnoses of. It is common in Ogilvy syndrome, mentally retarded individuals, Chagas disease, hypothyroidism, anticholinergic drugs, multiple sclerosis, scleroderma, and Parkinson's disease. So, in this class, we discuss about definition, types, classification, incidence, differential diagnosis, and in next class we will discuss about causes, pathologies, clinical features, and treatments. So students, this session is powered by Digital Session 2.0. Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. If you have, I hope you are satisfied with this digital session. If you have any query and doubts, please comment it. Please mention in comment box. I will resolve it soon. Thank you, students. Namaste, students. Kusro Bitiyong. I, JV and Dr. Naren Singh Sekhot, Assistant Professor, Department of Salyatantra, Faculty of Ayurvedic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. In previous class, we discussed about anatomy of stomach, then pyloric stenosis, then and peptic ulcer part first. In today in peptic ulcer part 2, we discuss about general symptoms of peptic ulcer, complications of peptic ulcer, diagnostic of peptic ulcer, and general management of peptic ulcer. Let's begin. General peptic ulcer, symptoms of general peptic ulcer, epigastric tenderness. In gastric ulcer, tenderness feel in epigastrium, left to midline, and in duodenal ulcer, tenderness feel in mid to right of epigastrium. Sharp burning, aching, gnawing pain, dyspepsia, nausea, and belching. Complications of peptic ulcer like hemorrhage, perforation, narrowing and obstruction. This is called pyloric stricture or pyloric stenosis. Diagnostic test of for pyloric for peptic ulcer is first EGD. EGD means esophagogastroduodenoscopy. Esophagogastroduodenoscopy. This is the endoscopic procedure. And now we will discuss about the drug therapy or medication therapy for peptic ulcer. Let's provide pain relief medicines, antacids and mucosa protectors. Second, eradicate the Histolytica pylori infection. 2 antibiotics and 1 acid suppressor. Next, heal ulcer. For healing ulcer, eradicate infection, protect until ulcer heal. Prevent recurrence. For prevent recurrence, decrease high acid stimulating food in susceptible people. Avoid use of potential ulcer causing drugs. Stop smoking. Hyposecretory drugs like proton pump inhibitors, ACE2 receptor antagonists, antacids, prostaglandin analogues, and mucosal barrier fertilizers are used. If it is not treated, then we will in the treatment for surgery greatly decreased in the last 20 to 30 years, secondary to the discovery of Histolytica pylori. Required if ulcer in one of these states performed and overflowed into the duodenum, scarred and swelled so that there is obstruction, acute bleeding, and non-responsive to medications. Types of surgical procedure. First one is gastroenterostomy. Allows regurgitation of alkaline duodenal contents into the stomach. Creates a passage between the body of stomach to small intestine. This one is the body of stomach, and connect to the this one is the intestine. So avoid this, bypass this duodenal part and communicate from body of stomach to intestine directly. This one. Okay, students, this one is gastro and duodenostomy. This one is a gastroduodenoscopy. Okay, students, this one is gastroduodenoscopy. This one is gastroduodenoscopy. Okay, students. सेकेंड वेगोटोमी, कट वेगस नर्व एलिमेंट एसिड सिक्रेशन स्टिमुलेंट्स, क्योंकि जो वेगस नर्व होती है वो एसिड सिक्रेशन करती है स्टमक में, तो उसको पाथ ऑफ वेगस नर्व इज कट डिवाइडेड, दिस इज द वेगोटोमी. दीज आर द शोइंग ऑफ surgical pyloroplasty widens the pylorus to guarantee stomach empty with, even without vagus nerve stimulation. इसमें अपन क्या करते हैं, जो वेगस पाइलोरिक स्फिंक्टर वाला पार्ट होते हैं उसकी जो मस्कुलर है उसको वाइड करते हैं और उसमें इंसिजन कट लगाने के बाद उसको थोड़ा विडन कर देते हैं विदाउट वेगस नर्व स्टिमुलेशन. टाइप्स ऑफ अदर सर्जिकल प्रोसीजर, एंटेरोटोमी या सब टोटल गैस्ट्रेक्टोमी. सब टोटल गैस्ट्रेक्टोमी, remainder must be reattached to the rest of the bowel below 2. Below 1 is distal portion of the stomach is removed. Enterectomy. Repeat. I am repeating. I am repeat this. Lower half of stomach must cut most of the acid. Lower half of the stomach makes most of the acid. Removing this portion decrease the acid production. This is the enterectomy. Subtotal gastrectomy. Remove 2/3 of the stomach. This is the subtotal gastrectomy. Third one is remainder must be reattached to the rest of the bowel. There are two types of, first one is a Billroth and second is Billroth 2. Let's understand. Billroth 1. In Billroth 1, distal portion of the stomach, distal portion of the stomach, distal portion of the stomach, this stomach is removed. The remainder is anastomotic to the duodenum. This stomach part of stomach has been removed and distal portion of stomach is anastomotic to the duodenum. This one. It means the most of the acid production part has been removed. This is the Billroth first. Now Billroth second. In Billroth, the lower portion of the stomach is removed and the remainder is anastomotic to the jejunum. In this portion, in this type, the lower portion of stomach is removed and the anastomotic to the jejunum. This is the jejunum part. This is the jejunum part attached to the lower portion of the stomach. Clear, students? Postoperative care, you can see in nasogastric tube monitor the postoperative complication, bleeding, duodenal stump leak, gastric retention, dumping syndrome, anemia, and malabsorption of fat. So, student, this is all about the stomach disorders. This is one is a peptic ulcer. So, students, I hope you are satisfied with this digital session. If you have any doubts and queries, mention in comment box. I will resolve it soon. Thank you, students.